Russian troops continue to flood Ukraine by land, sea, and air as they invade the capital city of Kiev. Putin shows no sign of stopping despite sanctions from many countries worldwide. This Russia Ukraine conflict has caused market problems worldwide and the possibility of a third world war. We will be covering all this and more on this episode of the Gossip Block, so trust me, you do not want to stop watching this video. How many of you guys remember this meme? Yeah, the three Spider-Men. Well, actually, the three Spider-Men actually came together and recreated it. So yeah, this is what they came up with. And to be honest, yeah, wow, it's just amazing, honestly. Okay, so as you all know, this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict has really escalated of recent, and it is showing no signs of stopping. But before we get into the actual beef, let's just remind ourselves of how this all began. So it's all started on the 24th of February when Russian troops began to invade Ukraine, charging for its capitals. And airports and military headquarters were hit first near cities across Ukraine. Then tanks and troops rolled into Ukraine from the north, east, and south, from Russia and Belarus, one of Russia's allies. And of course, Putin says that this is because Russia cannot feel safe with Ukraine joining NATO of late. And he just went against his peace deal and has been causing a lot of trouble lately. Now, this is a big issue because so many countries are getting involved in this conflict, and it is affecting global markets worldwide. We had an all-rise spike and a huge crash in crypto of late because of this Russia-Ukraine conflict. So yeah, and there is even a possibility that this could end up in a world war, because it's just divided the war into three parts: people that are in support of Putin, people that are defending Ukraine, and guys that just don't want to get involved in all this drama. This is really frustrating because we just come out of COVID, and this guy already wants to go to war.
Alright guys, let's talk about the reaction here. Prime Minister unveils largest and most severe economic sanctions Russia has ever seen. UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Twitter that he would speak to his fellow G7 leaders and urged for an urgent meeting of all NATO members as soon as possible. Russian forces, as mentioned before, have launched an attack on Ukraine. Ukraine has now taken the martial law, which means that the military takes control temporarily, will be imposed across the whole of Ukraine, and traffic jams built up as people fled the capital city of Kyiv. Please excuse me if I mispronounce this, I'm not from the country. In a phone call with Ukrainian President on Thursday morning, Mr. Johnson vowed the West would not stand as President Putin waged his campaign against the Ukrainian people. Mr. Johnson has tweeted earlier, President Putin has chosen a path of bloodshed and destruction by launching this unprovoked attack on Ukraine. He added, there can be no space for equivocation when faced with the evil that Putin has unleashed. His actions pose a grave threat to the international order on which we all depend. As mentioned before, some people are supporting Russia and their allies, including China. China for now has not really said anything of late. Trump has praised Putin for his words, calling him a genius. Some wonder why and also bash Trump, but then again. And it's evident that a lot of people do not want this war because one, the world is recovering from COVID-19. COVID-19 is not over yet. So adding a war to this seems very unlikely. But here it is, Putin proves us wrong yet again. However, another thing that the world is doing is commenting on how Putin is acting so similar to, you guessed it, Hitler. And there is a meme going round where they show a picture of Hitler and Putin. And the similarities people are pointing out are very uncanny because one, Hitler had made certain statements saying that he would not attack certain countries, but he still did so. Does that ring a bell? Putin also said a couple weeks back and continued to say that he was not going to wage war. And what has he done? Just that. Another thing that is circulating is a video of a woman stating that if she was Putin's mother, that things might have been different, that he might have received all the love and affection that his mother supposedly did not give him. My thoughts are, I don't think this was a very good idea.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, you see, in this world, there are three types of people. Like I said, or should I say? Let me just add a fourth type. Okay, they're the people that are supporting Putin, and they're the guys that are trying to defend Ukraine, like basically every normal human being, and they're just the people who just want to stay out of it, and they're the small class of idiots who go around posting stupid, just I don't even know what to call this, like just dumbass. Uh, UEFA have now moved their finals from St. Petersburg to the Stade de France in Paris, releasing a statement that it condemns the ongoing Russian military invasion in Ukraine. So yeah, this is definitely going to affect a lot of people. And we have clubs like Manchester United ending their sponsorship deal with Russian airline Aeroflot. It released a statement sharing that their share concerns their fans around the world.
The president of Ukraine also came out yesterday to say a couple of things, but the more important thing that was mentioned is that according to the information that he had received, his enemy, the Russian army, have now marked him as the number one target and also his family as the second target. He chooses to remain in the capital and refuses to leave Ukraine. However, another thing that I need to mention is that the Indian embassy is now evacuating students as of the 24th of February, and I have a feeling they'll probably continue to evacuate their students from the Indians in Ukraine, and they're now evacuating them out of Ukraine back to India.
To be very honest, no, we can't really say what's gonna happen, and there's really nothing much we can do. We can only just hope things get better and soon, and that we recover from this short burst of animalistic tendencies and move on as a race.